In Adobe Illustrator, there's a really great and useful command called the repeat command. This is also known as the duplicate command. And the way that we use the repeat command is through a keyboard shortcut, holding down the command button plus the D button. And the only rule that the repeat command follows is that it will duplicate the last action that was performed, or even the last combo action that was performed in one keystroke. So if I was to do two things, say I move my object and then I scale it, the only thing it's going to remember or duplicate is that scale, okay? So let's illustrate that through a couple of actions. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my little bubble emoji over. Maybe I'll scale out a little bit for this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to copy my bubble emoji over and move it over to the right. So with my artwork still selected, if I hit Command D a few times or as many times as I want, it's going to repeat that same action that I first performed. So we can take all of our new artwork here and we can do the same move command only in a downward direction, and we can copy that. And with all of them still selected, I'm hitting Command D as many times as I want. And now we get this really kind of cool thing happening with the repeat command. I'm getting a grid of my original artwork, all with just a few button clicks, minimal effort really, using the repeat command. So that's pretty cool. The move function also, the repeat command also works in any type of move action. So if I was to move and copy in maybe say a non-95 or 45 degree increment, just really anywhere, it's going to repeat that same action that I last performed, okay? So that's a good example of the move action that you can do with the repeat command. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do if we try to scale. So let's take another guy over here. Maybe we'll zoom in on him a little bit. And if we take him and hit the S key on our keyboard to scale, you can see our pivot point right there in the center of our artwork. And maybe we hit shift, and I'm going to also copy this. So this is a combination action that I'm doing, and I'm going to go ahead and release that. So with my artwork still selected, just like we did last time for the move command, the move action, we hit Command D, and really it's going to be duplicating that last set of action that I did. And that's a pretty cool effect, actually. So let's do another example that's not a combination action with the scale. So if I have my artwork over here and I hit S on the keyboard and I just hit shift to scale it down proportionately, but I'm not copying it, all that it's going to be doing if I hit the Command D button, the repeat command, is that it's going to be doing that same scale action based on my previous selection, and this time it's not duplicating it. So that's an example of a combo action versus just a singular action using the repeat command. So some pretty useful tips to remember. Let's also try a rotate action. And for this one, I'm going to go ahead and scale my little guy down, and maybe I'll duplicate it down below here, rotate it about 180 degrees. And if I was to highlight both of these and hit R on my keyboard for the rotate action, I get my pivot point right in the middle of these. So by hitting the shift button, I can actually rotate around that pivot point on a 45 degree incremental degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and do in 45 degrees, and I'm gonna hit my my copy command, my copy action, and if I release that, with my artwork, my new artwork still selected, I hit Command D, and I can perform that same action over and over again to where I get some really cool geometry with the rotate action using the repeat command. So those are a few examples of how you can use the repeat command inside of Adobe Illustrator. I hope this is helpful.